So instead of watching TV, let's work on the business. And this is one of the areas where you could be working on, is increasing each of these areas. So let's have a look. We've got number of leads times our conversion rate equals what? Our number of? Everyone, our number of customers. If we want more customers, we have to generate more leads or increase our conversion rate. Does that make sense? Hello? Yep. All right, next thing is our average dollar sale. So customers times average dollar sale times our number of transactions equals our sales or our turnover. So if we want more sales, we either need more customers, we need them to transact with us more, or we need to get them spending more with us each time. Does that make sense? Hello? Yeah. Our margin, sales times our margin equals our profit, which is what goes in our back pocket at the end of the day, right? Which is why we're all in business. True or true? Yeah, so wouldn't it make sense that we have a formula for increasing that number? Yes or no? Yeah, so we've learned about some of the basic fundamentals, getting the mastery right. We've learned about how to put a marketing plan together. But now we're going to start to think about, okay, well, what areas of the business am I going to work on to actually increase my profits? Because that's really what we're here today to do. So here we go. So in this example here, number of leads, I've got 4,000 leads. We're going to say my conversion rate is 25%. What that means is that I convert 1 in every 4 inquiries. 25%. How many customers do I have in this small business? 1,000. We're going to say that on average, each of these customers spends $100. Some spend 50, some 150, but we're going to say on average of everything in our business. That's what we're going to say. The average is $100. And we're going to say on average they buy from us 2 times a year. Some once a year, just one-off customers. Some are repeat customers 5 times a year. But the average is 2. What's my turnover in this small business? 200,000. We're going to say now that my margin is 25% after all expenses. That's cost of sale and fixed expenses. So a nice high margin business. How much profit am I making? I'm making $50,000. You're right, 25%. I was never good at maths. All right. So the goal is, as we work on the business, is to increase each of the areas by 10%. I'm going to give you a worksheet to be able to take with you and start to put these numbers in yourself. So let's have a look at it. Number of leads. If I worked out just having a marketing plan, learning out how to market and utilise social media to get more clients, having a referral strategy, just those 3 things. You only need 3 to 5 strategies to get a 10% increase. Do you think it's possible if you did those 3 things in your business and a couple of maybe others that you could increase the number of leads coming into your business by 10%? Yes or no? Yeah. Over the next 12 months. Is that possible? Yeah, so it's just about implementing a strategy once a month even on lead generation, or once every 2 months over a year to get a 10% increase. So 4,000 becomes 4,400. Conversion rate, 25% to 27.5%, a 10% increase. Just by having a guarantee, a good offer, will that increase your conversion rate, yes or no? Yeah, you're putting your prices up, believe it or not, will probably increase your conversion rate. What about doing some sales training? Do you think that would increase your conversion rate, yes or no? Yeah, so could you do some sales training? Yeah, we've got a heap of sales training in our system that you or your team can come to. As clients, you get to get on the webinars, you can come to workshops, you can download scripts, you can do all sorts of things. So I think it's possible if you just did a few of those things in the next 12 months, you could increase your conversion rate by 10%, yes or no? Yeah, so what's my new conversion rate? 27.5. How many customers do I have now? 1,210. It's what's called a compounding formula. Because I'm working on 2 areas at the same time, I'm now getting a compounding effect and I'm increasing my number of customers by 21%. Now, how many of you would like to increase your customer base by 21% in the next 12 months? Who'd like to do that? Say yeah. I've just shown you how to do it. It's that simple. How many of you are going to go away and do it? How many of you are going to get back to your business and just get busy? Remember what I said earlier? How many of you have been to a workshop or seminar before, written down a whole bunch of great things and gone away and done nothing? Who's done that? Yeah. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. And by the way, you don't have to struggle to write this down. We're going to give it to you in a second in a handout. So average dollar sale, we spoke about that. We had a McDonald's example. We've used, there's always upselling, cross-selling, what they call companion selling. How else could you increase your average dollar sale? What was the other big one that we spoke about? Yeah, put your prices up by 10% is a major one. Do you think it's possible just with 5 or 6 strategies over the next 12 months you could increase your prices by 10% or your average dollar sale? Yes or no? Yeah, of course. So our new average dollar sale becomes what? 110. Number of transactions. How do you get your customers to come back more often? Good customer service would be a great start. What else? Good quality of work? Definitely. What else? Yeah, communicate. Ask them to come back. Like I told you about that massage therapist. What else could you do? An offer. Yeah, an offer. I had, years ago, I was down in Woolloomooloo and I had a meeting down there, and I always get where I'm going fairly early, because of the way Sydney traffic can be chaotic sometimes. And I went into this cafe in Woolloomooloo, and he had a coffee cravers club, was what it was called. Have we got any coffee cravers here? Do we like? Yeah, we have them, right? So we had this club called the Coffee Cravers Club. And the way it worked was you bought 10 coffees in advance and you got 2 free. So instead of having a card that you had to bring in each time and get stamped, you paid $40. You paid $40. He happily took your credit card. He then started an account for you with a card, just in a little teledeck system thing. And every time you came in, he marked off that you came in. And when you paid for 10, you got 12. When the 12 ran out, he just charged your credit card for the next 10. What a great idea. Do you think, where would you go for coffee if you've already prepaid? And you know what I said to him? I said, what do your customers think of that? He said, they love it. They never have to bring change in because he doesn't want to be doing little transactions. Our service is faster because not only do we have the money already, we also have your coffee that you prefer on your card. What a great idea. He said, and Ben, sometimes I sell a $40 cup of coffee. I said, what do you mean? He said, sometimes they come in, get the first one, join the club, never come back. And he said, that's not what he wants. He wants them to come back. He said, but that's what happens. Here's a business, guess what? That is cash flowed in advance. Yes. What a smart guy. And why hadn't anybody else done it like that? Stupid. Because everyone just copies everybody else, don't they? Sometimes you've got to think outside the square. So do you think it's possible if you sat down and worked out some strategy, you can get your number of transactions up by 10% in the next 12 months? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, of course you could. So 2 would become what? 2.2. What's my sales in this business now? He's got the calculator going. Awesome. 292, 820. Is that a good increase? Remember at the beginning I said it's where you invest your time that matters the most? You can see why investing your time and increasing each of these areas is a valuable use of your time, yes or no? Of course it is. Because if you're not working on this, who is? Opposition. Nobody. Nobody. If you're not doing it, nobody's doing it. Margins. Just with the increased sales, our margins will probably go up by 10%. But what else could we do to increase our margins? We could reduce costs, couldn't we? Just having a budget. That budget tool that I gave you earlier, just using that will increase your margins. What else could you do to increase margins? Sell more higher margin goods. So by looking at P&L on a regular basis, working out what your most profitable lines are, or your products or services, you can sell more of those. Stop doing marketing that doesn't work. Do you think that would increase your marketing? Your margin? Yeah, of course it would. So I think it's possible in the next year that you could increase your margins by 10%, yes or no? Yeah, so 25% becomes what? 27.5. My profits are now what? A lot more, aren't they? $80,425.50. Does that excite anybody? But I can tell you, I've shown thousands and thousands and thousands of people this formula. Yet so many people have gone away excited, but then done nothing. Why is that? Why would you okay, let's start at the very beginning. You went into business so you could do what? Make money. Make more money and have more time. I've just shown you how to do it. So why wouldn't you do it? Because you need a coach. Yeah, good, I like you. Did you get a book? You can have another one. Look at you get another one. Give him a hand. But that is the reality of what we do. Guess what? I have a coach. Why do I have a coach? Because I'm friggin' lazy. I'm human. I get distracted. I'm a typical entrepreneur. I'm a moth. I fly towards the brightest object. True? Who else does that? Yeah. So by investing and having someone work with me, it keeps me on track so I can do the things that make me the money, so I have the time to go and do whatever I please. And I'm proud of the fact that a year and a half ago I got to buy my own aeroplane. It was a goal I had for a long time. Not many people get to achieve that. Thank you. Thank you. I don't tell you that to impress you, but to impress upon you that it's possible if you just get focused. And focus, by the way, stands for follow one course until successful.
What sort of plane do you got?
A Bonanza.
Single.
Single engine.
How many seats?
6. You want to come for a ride? Maybe I should do that, hey? I think we've got a couple of lunch spots left. Maybe I should open up some cockpit spots. All right, so let's just have a look, because what I've just shown you is how to increase sales by 46%, profits by 61%. I'm going to show you what happens with this formula if you double it, because every big business starts off as what? I didn't have a multi-million-dollar business to start off with. I started, guess what, with nothing in my spare bedroom. Who's in their spare bedroom right now? Yeah. That's okay. That's where every big business starts off, as a small business. So let's have a look at what happens if we double it. Now, it might take 7 years to double it, but let me tell you what, if it takes 7 years, that's okay. Let's see why. Number of leads, 4,000 becomes what? 8,000. Conversion rate becomes what? So 25%, double, it's 50%. How many customers do I have now? How many? 4,000. 8,000 times 50% is 4,000. Average dollar sale, $100 becomes 200. Doubling it. Number of transactions, 2 become 4. What's my sales now? Wow. Would it be okay if that took 7 years, by the way? Now, if you worked on your business for 7 years and got a 10% increase every year, guess what? That could be your business. There are no overnight successes. There's no quick fixes. I don't have magic wands, and I'm not going to pretend to. There's a lot of people out there that say they do, but I don't. The reality is, if you want to grow a business, it takes time. And you will lose track. You will lose focus. You can leave here today and think you can do it on your own. But the reality is, if it's funny, you know, whether you're going to build a house, get a kitchen, put a pool in, you'd never try those things on your own, would you? Imagine putting a pool in on your own. Like I'm talking about an in-ground pool. Who'd do that? No one. Oh, you would. You've done it, have you? But most people wouldn't. Why? Because it's hard. How hard was it? He's actually only 19. Have a look at the poor bloke. But the reality is, I see people every day of the week that have their own businesses that go, no, Ben, it's all right, I don't need a coach, I can build it on my own. Well, guess what? Usually a year or two later, they come back to one of these events and they go, Ben, I wish I took you up on that offer on that day. Why do they do that? Correct. Because there's 2 types of pain in life, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Today, you get to decide which one you're going to feel. Either be disciplined and let's get on with it, or regret not doing something. Now, my team are going to hand out this sheet for you. You can do this in your own time because you need to put your own numbers in it. It's a powerful sheet. You can see already that just by increasing each of those areas by 10%, diligently working on the business, you'll get a 46% increase in your sales and a 61% increase in your profits. I just want to remind you, we do have a couple of spots left where you can come and have a VIP lunch with me. Congratulations. Give those people that have already come onto the programs a round of applause. They know who they are. We have a couple of spots left at our exclusive VIP lunch with me. So the first couple in will grab those spots. And if you're really nice to me at the lunch, I'll take you flying. How's that? Deal. If you're not unsure about any of the programs, my team are here to help you. Just head over to that table there. This is Peter. Peter, yeah. He looks like Griffin. Can you laugh like him? But you know, they say education is experience. Try doing nothing. Try ignorance. Say education is expensive, rather. Try doing nothing. You know, I would have spent now close to $400,000 in the last 13 years educating myself. Was it a good investment, yes or no? Yeah. I can guarantee if I hadn't, I wouldn't be here today. And I pay every month right now for a CEO of a global company to coach me. Why? Because it keeps me focused. Why? Because I've got somebody else who's already done the hard yards. He's already dug the hole and says, don't bother doing it. No, get someone else to put your pool in. If you were going to build a pool, you get a pool builder to do it. Why? Because it would happen faster, it would be better, and it would cost you less. If you're thinking that coaching may be for you, talk to my team. Go and ask them any question you like. They'll answer your questions. And let us help you grow your business.